Stay with us. You're watching Redeemer Television on Channel 25. We will be right back. Stay with us.
Platform to keep uplifting to upcoming poets beyond any cost donation. And at Poetry Corner, we believe in the power of spoken words and also the magic the old. We seek to envision the beauty unraveled through the mystery of poetic gesture and untap words that resonate deeply with our personality and experiences. And each Friday we bring to you half an hour of pure poetic delight where words dance and emotion flow freely. So we will be going for a short music break and we will be right back.
How many of you are ready for the victory song? God has given me the victory, and therefore I need not fear about anything. For the Lord my God is a solid rock. He has given me the victory. Let's go. He's given me victory over the storms of life. He's given me victory. They will not prevail. For the Lord our God, solid rock, He's given me victory. Yeah, He's given me victory over the storms of life. He's given me victory. They will not prevail. For the Lord our God, solid rock, He's given me victory. Yes.
He's given me victory
Over the storms of life.
Over the storms of life. He's given me victory.
They will not prevail.
They will not prevail. For the Lord our God,
solid rock,
solid rock, He's given me victory.
Say He's given me victory.
He's given me victory.
Welcome back from that short music break. And don't forget that this is Poetry Corner you're looking right now. And that Poetry Corner mission is not only to give a platform to upcoming poets, but it's also a way to give a shine a light, a spotlight, and to imagine talent upcoming. We believe that poetry is a universal language that bridges gap and connects us all together. And Poetry Corner is live every Friday 8:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. at Redeemer Television channel 25, and you can also stream us live on our Facebook and YouTube handles at Redeemer Television. And don't forget that you're still watching Poetry Corner at number 6 Wamson Lane, Fairfield Bible Church headquarters. And for tonight's edition, guest will be your host for tonight. Well, I'll be your host for tonight. Miss Sia Elizabeth Essa is the name. I'll be your host for tonight's edition. So we have here tonight beautiful, graceful, a wonderful personality who is our guest for tonight, and she is no less a person but Miss Mariam Kalon. Good evening and welcome to Poetry Corner.
Good evening, Essay. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, you mostly, and you are extremely welcome. So you're watching us live at Redeemer Television, Poetry Corner, and by God's grace, tonight's edition is going to be wonderful. It's going to be an educative one at that. So we have here with us a poet, and I believe there is more of character, there is more of to say. So Miss Mariam Kalon, rather, can you tell us what again you do exemption of being a poet?
Well, I am a mechanical engineer, professional mechanical engineer. I'm a professional photographer and editor as well.
Okay, that's a good one. So you being a poet and at the same time you're involved in other walks of life. So can you tell my audience out there how it has been for you as a poet so far?
Well, I'll say from the start it was not easy because I started in 2016. I started my poetry journey in 2016. It was rough at first because on my own I could not understand what exactly I was doing. So I normally say this everywhere I go. I thank God for Vincent. Yes, he's like a mentor and a coach to me personally. So he helped me to discover that I'm actually a writer, I'm a poet at the same time, and I'm into spoken word artist as well. So it was not easy, but by God's grace, now I thank God from where I was and where I am now. I've seen like more growth for myself, and of course, a lot of people testimonies as well. So yeah.
Okay, that's also a good one. So you being a poet and also you're involved in other walks of life, I believe, based on what you just said. So what is this thing that inspired you to be let me say a middleman involving in writing poems and professional engineer, mechanical engineer, I believe. So what is this thing that give you the urge? Because in order for you to start taking the pen and then penning your feelings, emotions, and all.
That coming to your head, start writing, put it down, pen and the paper, stuff like that. But I will stand with God, the word of God. Yeah, that's what drives me to write. Of course, that's where I get most of what I do, most of my pieces that I wrote since 2016 till date. The word of God, and I'll say my friends and my family, of course. Yes, they inspire me a lot. Some of my friends, some of my family. I'll say nature. I'll say some music and movies too, because I write in a different genre of poetry that I do. So, but yeah, but the key fact is God and His word.
Okay, so can you please tell us what it really means for a personality to be called a poet? What are those things that are needed in order for somebody to start writing and the write up is called a poem?
Well, I'll say you have to understand yourself first. You have to know what you can do, identify exactly what you're capable of, the light that you carry inside of you, the gift that you have. So for someone to be called a poet or a writer or spoken word artist, first you have to avoid plagiarism. You have to bring out your own work. It involves creativity, reality. It has to come from within. It needs to be natural so that when people see, they will know, yeah, this is your work. You did not copy it from somebody else. So I'll just, like what I said, the creativity, the reality and everything, natural, everything has to come from within your soul. Because when you write, it's something that you feel, something within you. Some people will put it like, oh, maybe it's because of one or two experiences that I've had. Yes, that too might count based on your emotions and everything, ever, but it needs to come from within you, from deep down your soul.
Okay, you're saying it needs to come from within you, deep down your soul. So, am I right to say me writing a poem, it's let me say 70% has to do with my feelings, my emotions at that particular moment,
Yes, they're involved sometimes.
but not totally and entirely.
Yeah.
Okay, so what should I tell my audience that if you're feeling down and then you should just pick up the pen and then start writing the cause, or is it they are supposed to write things that involve their sadness or the cause of them being sad at that particular moment?
Well, I'll say yes. First thing first, you need to understand is that poetry is different from speech. Poetry is not speech. That's why you find that anywhere you go, when someone is like delivering a poem, like you start to fix the words together. That's what brings up the uniqueness of it. So it's different from speech. So at that time, maybe you're feeling down, you cannot express your emotion, you put it down into paper. You write all how you're feeling, everything. Sometimes it might not be a poem. It might just be how you're feeling at that time. That's how you wrote, or you write it down. Just, you can read it whosoever you want to read it, or you can just really keep it to yourself. But just like I said earlier, feelings and emotions are involved, but it's not all the time.
Okay, so what are the things needed in order for a poem to become a poem?
For a poem to become a
Exemption of the emotions, the feelings. What are those things? Because just as you've just mentioned, somebody can do a write-up and at the end call it a poem, which of course it may not be a poem exactly. So exemption of the feelings, the emotion at that particular moment. What are those things that are supposed to be in a write-up in order for it to become a poem?
well, the creativity should be there. So let's say for example, I read my poem to you. When I read it, I want you to see me in it. I want you to feel exactly what I'm feeling at that time. I want to connect with you, with your soul. That's how poetry goes like. So the creativity, the reality inside of it, the natural something inside of it also must be involved in that, so that it will be called, just like what you said, a poem.
Okay, so don't forget that you're watching us live at Redeemer Television Channel 25 here in Freetown, and we broadcast from our studio at number 6 Wamson Lane, and you can also watch us live at our social media handles, Facebook and YouTube at Redeemer Media Network rather. And this is Poetry Corner, a little corner in which deals with pure poetic delight. So we have a guest here who is not just a poet, but she is also involved in other walks of life that earns money. So what is this thing that really give you the reason to start writing a poem? Like a parent would say, Mariam, let's just take you as a case study. Mariam, you're a mechanical engineer. What else do you need? Why just, I'm a poet, I'm a poet, I'm a poet? What's the essence of you writing a poem, in fact? So what would you say to such parents out there?
Well, my advice to such parents is that you have to understand that every human being that God created, there's something inside of each and every one of us. So when maybe your child have identified what he or she is called for, or the gift that he or she have inside of you. Mine, I know it's poetry. I can't sing. I don't have that voice the way not other people do it. I can't do it like that. So I identified myself like, okay, this is what I'm into, this is what I'm good at, this is what I can do to help in the kingdom of God, and maybe some walks of life as well. So when your child identify that that is what they can do, the best you can do for them as a good parent that believes in Jesus, support them, help them grow in what they do. I think that's the best advice I can give.
Okay, thank you very much. So for those of you out there who say, I want to be a doctor, but I want to be a lawyer and all, but this later time you find yourself loving to write, you find the magic of poetry in you, writing a poem and all. So it can also be an aside thing, but the most important thing here is that you have the love for it. You have the thing that give you the reason in order for you to write a poem. So Miss Kalon, can you please tell us how many poems you've written so far, and what's the cause? What's the wonders towards that?
I have over 20 pieces. Yes, over 20 pieces.
Wow.
So each one have their own story. Yes.
Okay, and a story in which you may not want to share. So we will have a short break, and this break will tell us more about how good and how wonderful our guest here tonight can pen down our feelings, emotions, and do more based on poetry, based on writing a poem. So we'll take a short break, and stay tuned, stay tight, and please don't leave. Stay connected as we are taking a short break, and we're about to watch a poem done by our guest. So stay connected.
Love is home. When home is full of love, love for me is you. I've seen the sun rise and the sun set, but not your contagious, beautiful smile on your face full of love. Love is joy. I've seen the new moon, but not you, my love. Through you I shoot my shot, I found love. The adrenaline of love mixed up the whole system. Getting to know you makes me love's love, 'cause this love is not science. No need for license, but icings to sweeten this love. Loving you makes me do things I thought I would never do in my wildest imagination. Love manifests itself where there is light. Love dwells in the heart, makes it soft. I see you, I see love. God is love. With your eyes full of love, you're staring at me like I'm the most beautiful engine you've ever seen. They say, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, but yours makes it what much more. The power of your eyes with love is highly anointed by God, 'cause when you stare deep into the soul of the beholder. There's nothing much more powerful than your eyes. God himself placed it there. The power that radiates from your eyes with love when you stare gives goosebumps that send sensational vibration that weakens the knees of the beholder. When you stare, the reflection of others can be seen with love. Your stare with love makes others compelled to obey. This love is you and me. I love you with the love that I love you with. I love you.
It's a work well done. I must say bravo to you, Miss Calon, for a work well done, and the poem titled Loved. Wow, love. As the Bible says, love conquers everything, and I believe that's the aspect in which you have the motivation, and that's where you have the thinking of writing a poem titled Love. So let me just don't do the talking. So Miss Calon, Mariam Calon, can you please tell us the reason behind you writing this particular poem that is very heart-touching and very good for the ears?
Okay, first of all, thank you for the compliment.
You're welcome.
It was one fateful night. I was not sleeping. I was not able to sleep. So, because normally if I'm not sleeping, either I'm writing or praying or watching movie. But I was like, okay, God, what's happening? What's up? Why I can't go to bed? All of that stuff. So I remember I took the Bible and I was just flipping through. Then I learned to First Corinthians 13. Yes, First Corinthians 13. That talks about love. Love is this. Love is that. All of that stuff. So then the words keep coming. The words keep coming. So I wrote this love piece that I did. I wrote it down. All of that, and I was just in my feelings, in my emotions, and I was just thanking God for everything, for His love that He has been showing me since day one, and that same love that I must also shower to my fellow human beings. So that's how this piece came about. You can do this piece to your family member, to your wife, your husband, your loved ones, whosoever you want to, recite the piece for. Yes, you can do that. But that's the story behind this particular one.
Okay, so we're talking about poems here. You being a poet, how beneficial has it been? How have you gained? So, how have you? What are the things you've gained in order for you to be a poet? What are those things you've achieved?
Well, I would say it brings income, money. Yes, it does bring money. It might not be much, like heavy, but it really brings something inside, because you will say, "Oh, Mariam, I want you to come and do something. You're spoken word artist, come and do some poetry and stuff like that." Of course, you have to prepare a package. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you lie that, oh, you cannot prepare something for me. No, you have to prepare a package for me, because I'm using my own to go wherever distance your event is or whatsoever. It's gonna be like I'm using my own money to get there. So of course, when I get there, when I do what I've done, coming back, I'm expecting something. Of course, it's beneficial at that. It might not be much, but that it also makes me to be in different platform like VA Africa, Shabak Fest, Resilience Writers, Ink Salon. Like, because of that, I've been to a lot of stages, church events outside of that as well. So it also helps you to be exposed out there, not in a bad way, don't get me wrong. Make you exposed, you get more ideas, you think outside of the box. So those, for me, those are the benefit that I've got through poetry.
And
Okay. Also networking makes you meet different people that also do the same kind of things that you do. You learn from others as well. So yeah.
Okay, and this is just an advice for you. You may be saying, I have this thing in me, I have the magic in me, I have the talent in me, but I just can't hand anything from it. I just can't see it taking me any further in life. So I believe it's benefits, the benefits in which a poet gains in order for him or her to be a poet. These are some of the benefits our guest have just mentioned that she has been achieving, she has been gaining from being a poet, meeting other poets out there, and being in different and various platforms all around the country and beyond. So, but before we go, our wonderful guest, will not just leave us like that tonight. So, we'd love her to just recite a short and a brief and a wonderful poem for us in a way of saying tata.
Okay, so this piece is titled She Can. Short story is about all the great women in the Bible that God used to do great things out there, set an example for us as well to do. So it goes like this. The earth was lonely without her. So the Creator formed her out of the strongest ribs with patience in a feminine way. With a good figure like Queen Esther, adorned with a crown of grace and overflowing favor, she can stand boldly and conquer, because her backing is the conqueror of all conquerors that conquers everything. She can, like the Proverbs 31 woman that is faithful,
Her prize is far above boobies, with her contagious smile putting the pieces together for peace. Even if she loses everything like Ruth, she knows that she's a Deborah that can stand the gain and lead. Not giving up like Queen Vashti, but embracing light and love like Mary Magdalene. Despite her flaws, she knows that she's unstoppable like the rivers that flows, rivers of living waters that flows from her belly. She is not a glutton like Esau, but wise up like Jacob, using her wisdom for greatness. Her brain is her beauty, her mouth full with wisdom, her fear is the Lord only. She is the carrier of her Creator's princess. When she walks in the room, she lights up the whole building with her voice full with authority. She speaks with command from her Creator's wisdom. It makes sensible sense. She can, like nobody else. No limits to what she can accomplish. She is the carrier of life itself. She stands as one, but she's more than 10,000. She is the best lover that can love you with her love. She is a woman and a boss who can wear trousers at the same time. Ordained with feminism power from divinity itself, her backing is strong. She carries herself in a phenomenal way that when she walks, her step makes way for others to follow in greatness. Feminism power. She's a force that walks the walks she can.
Indeed, she can, and she would. We want to say thank you very much to our beloved guests, and there is still space, there is still opportunity for poets out there, writers, storytellers, drama, gospel musicians. There is still, this platform is for, let's say, most of those that I've just mentioned. So if you're out there and then you have this talent, you have this dream of being a poet, being a storyteller or story writer, an article writer, so on and so forth, you can call the number 079 716 255, or you can leave your comments on our social media platform, Facebook and YouTube at Redeemer Media Network. And this is how we'll say tata for tonight's edition of the Poetry Corner. I want to say thank you very much, our beloved guest, Miss Mariam Kalon. And don't forget, I've been your host for tonight, Miss Sia Elizabeth Esse. I say tata and God bless you. Shalom.